Welcome back. It's Tenny Miller, and I'm live here at Spicy Dutch Spot Restaurant here in Montego Bay. Just at the place where they used to be called Burger House. Is right there, sir. You can't miss it. I'm here with the First Citizen, and we are here for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to waste his time. But we had to talk today because he's doing some things and making an effort to change the trajectory of what life is like in Montego Bay and Western Jamaica. And it not only deserves all the support, it deserves a beating and the support at the same time. Right. And his back is broad. He's not afraid to take the licks. But when he deserves to get a praise, you have to give him the praise. Mayor, good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much, and good afternoon to you.
Sure, fine. I was talking to your friend in Florida earlier, and I'm going to be talking back to him shortly after this, the Council General.
Okay.
And he says that I must give you all the support and don't beat you up like how I beat him up in Florida. So I said, no. Mayor, I walk through the town, and one of the things I'm enlightened about is about something that you said to me when I launched this show at Hotel 39.
Right.
The part of your mission is to change the behavior and the lifestyle of the people in Montego Bay and to change the way people do business. I see the town gradually becoming, I can walk freely along the sidewalks. Because when I came outside, I said, wait, something wrong, but nobody come out today. You understand me? No, what are you doing in the town of Montego Bay, which seem to be working? And you don't find the usual bitterness and anger that comes from a vendor to say, boy, them push me off of the street and them that. You seem to have some kind of a relationship with the people and the process. Talk to us about that.
Well, you said the right thing. We do have a relationship with them. We, the St. James Municipal Corporation. As a matter of fact, just leaving, I came here from a meeting with the vendors who operate within the Old Shoe Market.
Okay.
And what you'll find is that approximately 60% of those persons who own a shop or store at the market, they operate along the streets as well. So what I've done is to ensure that we have frequent meetings.
Okay, makes sense.
What concerns
respect is due, which is great.
What they would want us to do to help to improve their situation, and we also tell them what we expect of them, what the laws are, and how they should work within the law to avoid any penalties and support. So we have established that relationship with them.
Wonderful.
And they're working with us. And when we had the meeting just now, it was a calm meeting. It was not cantankerous.
I know it can be very, very animated and all that.
No, it's not. They express the concerns that they have in the market. And they were actually asking us to come and take over operation in that space because we don't operate.
So they need the framework of management.
Yes.
Presence.
We do have a plan for it. One that will improve not only the operation within the space, but the aesthetics of the
Oh, yes, definitely.
So we are getting our architect to finalize the plan for that area. And we're at the same time sorting out the funding to sponsor the development of the market.
You're talking about the Old Shoe Market?
The Old Shoe Market, not the People's Arcade. The People's Arcade is a corporation.
Oh, yeah, because that's railway land go all the way back to over by Water Commission side over there.
That's right. Yeah. And I am supposed to speak with the minister at some point soon to hear what the plans are for the river lands.
Will they be able to, are you hoping to get that so that you can always settle some of these people and do something with it as a major development?
I'm advocating for a modernized transportation center. And I believe that that is the ideal location.
So you want to expand into that?
Certainly. So the transportation center will not be just a transportation center for vehicle movement, but also for business operators, small business operators within the space. The land extends to a significant area, or across a significant area, and therefore can facilitate other things, such as a mall for government offices, something that might have been touted previously, but not much came.
From the days of the GMRC,
yes, so
the Greater Montego Bay Development Company.
And it is needed So we're doing that as well. We've also organized vending in a particular way. So we started what we call the Safe Food Program. We're going to do the official launch soon. Only food vendors are registered under the Safe Food Program.
Okay.
So you have to provide your waste mechanism and get approval from Solid Waste Management Authority. If you're operating with open flames, you have to put on your fire extinguisher on your car. You have to register with the St. James Municipal Corporation as a vendor to get the permit. And you also have to fulfill the requirements under the Public Health Act, and that is supervised by the St. James Health Services. So we are trying now to get them to fit in to what is required of them under the Safe Food Program. So they will, you're hearing it.
You're institutionalizing a professional behavior.
Informal.
But at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Because what I'll tell you as well is that Art NSTA Trust is a part of it. And year before last year, when we started Shades of the program, they certified a few of them. So what they will do is meet you where you are, understand the type of business that you're doing, and curate a training certificate for that type of trade, so that you can be a certified food vendor, certified food operator. And you can use it. And once you have your certification, your license, and all the requisite documents, it can help with business development, because now you can go to the bank and take out a micro loan and buy some more hot dogs and put on your cart and sell some more.
So you're lifting the standard and the whole professionalism of the whole thing at that same time. Turn them into business people.
So we have the craft vendors that we meet with. We have the itinerant vendors who want to see on the street that we meet with. We have the ones at the old shoe market that we meet with. We have the market vendors that we meet with, and the ones at Charles Garden Market, that's a whole different. So you never realize that there are so many different segments.
No, I had no idea.
Vendors separately from the itinerant vendors. So we meet with food and fruits because they are handling things for consumption. So they must meet a certain level of criteria. So once we get them to that and underneath the Safe Food Program, then we can, perhaps safely say that all vendors on the streets of Montego Bay are certified, trained, and are qualified to handle your food.
You spent some time in Paris, right?
Me?
Yes.
I've been there.
You've been there, right? But there's a level, if you understand the matrix of that program on the street, it is amazing. And I see where your pattern is something like that.
Right.
The level of professionalism. Speaking of these pockets of vendors and organized business people and
categories,
we still have a set of people who are informal tour guides.
Yes.
Because they're tourist town.
Right.
What are you going to do with them?
We're going to try as best as possible to get those persons trained. If it is,
and with some kind of certificate, badges or something.
If it is their passion, we help them to formalize themselves. Because sometimes persons will get into an area.
That's a hustling.
Yeah.
But it's not really.
Because they believe that they have nothing else to do. But if there's a passion there for them to do tour guide work, then we will train them under the Team Jamaica, which is associated, as you know, with the tourism development for the company.
Right.
We do have persons who refuse to be trained because they just want to be hustlers. And if there is a certain type of harassment, then of course there are laws there to address them. But this is common in just about every country. Because you asked me about Paris, I've seen it in Paris. I've seen it in Barcelona, in Madrid. I landed the other day at JFK and said that I would just do it overnight, quickly.
Yes.
So I stayed in Queens and was there.
Yeah. Yes.
So
I know what you mean.
It's difficult because this is human behavior.
And it's amazing to see how the behavior across countries, they're almost similar.
Yes, they're similar. They're similar. So
we
have to ensure that whilst they carry out a certain type of harassment, their level of delinquency does not translate into any sort of crime. So we have to monitor these people. So those persons who frequent the hip strip area, Believe me when I tell you that they know that. They know them by name and number. Sometimes they will take them up for public mischief if they are creating public mischief. But the law does not provide for them to be charged.
Or anything like that. So you just have to hold them and then let them go after time. But warn them.
A short period, yeah, warn them. So once they manage themselves, then there is not much that can be done. But they are free people, and the people must be responsible for their freedom.
Definitely.
They must choose what they do with their freedom.
And my conversation is to worship the mayor of Montego Bay, Councillor Richard Vernon, who have responsibility for making the second city be really the first city, and to really receive and welcome not only Jamaicans from other parts of Jamaica here in the city, but also Jamaicans and other international people into the city of Montego Bay to make it that model city, which is part of his ambition before he leaves office and become Prime Minister of Jamaica, hopefully. But Mayor, with regards to the market, and by the way, that was not he said, I said that. With regards to the market, no, I noticed in the market, no, I was able to drive from the top of Barnett Street all the way down to
Bevan Avenue.
Bevan Avenue. And this never happened before. If I tried to, take me 2 weeks just to get down there. I could get down there in less than you know. I noticed you just start down there.
Yeah, it has just started. The type of undertaking has just started. We have other police officers in the space for years trying to manage the space and all of that. They will get pushback that the facility needs to be fixed. There's not enough accommodation inside. So I'm a data-driven person and use that data-driven skill to analyze the space properly and present my case to them. Because when I check the number of vendors that operate at peak hours, 500 per se in that space, and I check out the space and say I have 800 spaces, you have to talk to me properly because I don't understand what you're saying. And the vendors, you have to understand their culture as well. The whole culture of vending, market vending has shifted a little bit.
Yes.
And persons no longer carry the basket on their head. They buy a vehicle.
Okay, yes.
So you will find that much of the traffic that is generated in that space is as a result of persons who are operating from their vehicles and highest
and all that sort of thing. And
yes. So and the other thing now, so conversations are important because when we had the conversation with them, then I learned that one of the reasons they're going outside, it's not the facility itself, but the business environment, which is a competitive one. So they're saying that those who do wholesale, they have to go far away from them because the customers are buying the cheaper goods naturally. So I went into the market area where the facility is, look at what we have, assess our asset. And we see that the shops in some areas, they don't make any sense. People want to live in them.
Yes.
And we cannot facilitate them.
No. That's something else.
Knock them down. Knock them down. We're now paving a section. We're going to market out, and those who are on the outside selling from the vehicles, they are going to get a space inside where they can drive in the vehicle
and open their thing and sell from there. Yes.
And then the wholesalers, they're going to go to their section of the market. If you go to the market for wholesale, that's a wholesale section. If you want retail, it's up here. And if you're a wholesaler, obviously you're buying 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds of goods. And if you're a housewife, you want to just buy 5 pounds.
You have to pick up 2 and 3 pounds and that sort of thing.
Sweet pepper and so forth. So we are separating them and we're doubling down on that. So having found the areas within the market that we can fit these persons into, then you start to intensify the enforcement on the outside.
Yep.
So we are going to do some management of the facility as well. Which at the Charles Garden Market, you have at least 6 entrances and exits. That can't work.
No.
So we have to reduce those to about 2 or 3, so we can control the space. Because once you say to them, go inside, and the enforcers get them inside and turn their backs, they try to come out. So we have to now manage it in such a way that there's one entrance for a certain section of the market and one exit. So once you enter this section, you don't have an opportunity to just quickly jump out. You'd have to go through a long
process. So follow the line, you follow the process all the way down. And then you come on the other side.
That makes no sense. You go back outside because it's going to take too long. And what I always tell them is that if you stay in the market, then the customers will have to come. The customers are here not to look at you.
Because they want to find you where you are. They'll find you.
They're here to buy goods. They're here to buy goods. They're going to come where you are, where the goods is, and buy it. So that is another approach. The other section of enforcement is that we will now have some market rangers like in the space managing it. So once our usual municipal police officers, which are limited by the way, they just tend to other things like breach enforcement and those stuff across the municipality, not just in the city of Montego, as they have administrative responsibility for the entire parish.
Okay.
Right? Yes. Then I'm ceremonial in the mayor of the city.
But you're really responsible for the parish.
For the parish.
Yes.
So once they move, then you'll have these persons who are employed by the St. James Municipal Corporation to maintain order within the space. We will now, as well, coupled with all what I have said, repair the roof, put in the lighting, and we had an insurance on the market, and that was activated when Melissa struck. So we have received interim payment from the insurance company for all the insured assets, and we're going to use now a portion of the insurance to start the market roof repair. We are building out the shops down in the gun court area and taking out the old shops.
What does that mean that now with this kind of a development and changes, you're doing a couple of things? My conversation is worship the Mayor Vernon from the Montego Bay municipality.
Enforcement from the post Melissa, immediate post Melissa to now.
Okay.
Right. And that is not the overall revenue of the market just for the fees.
Okay.
And it is reported because it tells you the type of impact the enforcement is having.
Exactly, yes.
Where relocation of the vendors from outside to inside is concerned. So we're fixing up bathrooms, fixing up the roof, putting in the lighting infrastructure. And we're doing the roadways within the market district. So the whole of our potholes and everything we're doing. We're building sidewalks. So if you look from Bevan Avenue, Lower Bevan Avenue, coming back into up Fosdick Road, with a sidewalk being built there. So all the old shops and vendors on those sides, they have been relocated. We knock out the whole shops and everything, freeing up the road space and putting in more parking. So you'll have parking on the outside, and those who are parking to sell, they will have that space inside. Those who are wholesalers, they will have that space inside, and those who are retailers, they will have the main market to do their retail.
Wonderful. And one would hope that sometime to come, the market will be that place where people want to take their children to the market, to get them not only to learn the business of carrying out transaction, but the market is a place to see and enjoy things and enjoy the kind of vision and that lifestyle.
Yeah, that vision that you are, suggesting, and what I would really love to realize is going to come at a significant cost. Because that facility is a huge facility.
Oh, yes, it does.
But we're doing the basic things to ensure that it is upward, to ensure that it is good for business and good for shoppers. And then we can start to beautify it. Once we have those things.
But Mayor, public education is going to be one of the tools at which you have to work with, like you fall in love with it, Public education, in order to sustain the gains that you are making and to look at how you influence the behavior change going forward.
That explains
and that's an expense that you have to prepare for.
Certainly. But it explains the many meetings that we have had with the vendors in the space. Because we know that if we maintain the conversation, open conversation, they can understand us and we them.
Yeah.
And therefore, they know that there's a relationship, and if we break the relationship, we're going to have problems. And it's best to have a good relationship.
Oh, yes, of course. So and this thing that them call respect, as respect, is something that is very important and serious.
Mutual.
And it's mutual. Yes, it has got to be. And once people feel that, because there's a tendency of authority not to seem to want to respect the man down there.
Yes.
That's kind of a twisted version of things, which is unfortunate.
I go into the market and I walk through and look under the umbrella like this. So what you doing over here? Or I go down there and park up the vehicle and stand up in the middle of the road until everybody come out.
And you see, when you're able to do that, like not Mao Zedong, Kim Il Sung.
Yes.
did. Of all the people. No, it's one of the strengths that he applied.
Yes.
People in terms of how he deal and endear people to him.
Yes.
Because after a time, the people say, Mayor, why Mayor so. But you're able to go under a tent and a stall.
Yes.
You walk through that, boy, Mayor, the bathroom, not fix a lot. When Mayor why Mayor, we talk about the water, though.
Most important, to fix it.
Yes.
So there's another thing that
I don't, I'm not going to hold it, but I so appreciate the time. But my last lick that I want to lick with now. Me not too pleased how the town look, Mayor, from the elegant corridor, come all the way down. Walk on with that.
And I told him
you
I was coming in from Kingston this morning, and I was looking at it myself. I think more tourism dollars need to be spent in Montego Bay.
Have to.
Yeah. And
more people need to pay their share of the dues and duty that has to be paid.
Yes, and I'm unequivocally making a point to that. A lot comes from Montego Bay. We contribute significantly to the national gross domestic product, and we need to spend more of our dollars here to improve the corridor, to improve the aesthetics of the city, to preserve our edifice, the architecture in some places, restore them, that sort of thing, so that we can maintain that historic look, but at the same time, modern experience.
Of course.
Because that is what people enjoy in other spaces. And anybody who travels a lot, one of the first things that they do is head to the city center. They search for the museum, and they want to see the city center.
Yes, they want it. And a lot of people want, when I go countries, I want to see the market, and those places.
Yeah, of course. And why I said the tourism dollar is not because Montego Bay generates most of the tourism dollars, but because the municipal dollars cannot sustain the type of look and operation that we need to achieve within the space. We don't pay enough fees, we don't pay enough taxes, and therefore, even with our best efforts to collect those, it is oftentimes centralized that you don't get to spend it the way you'd like to spend it to address these challenges within the space.
And so, civic pride and civic corporate responsibility is something that one of the things that maybe the municipality have to take some initiative in getting those people to start to do their fair share as well.
Yes, certainly. So one of the things that we have done as well is to do divestments. So we are cutting losses as a municipality and doing investment in things that we offer good service, sustainable service, and at the same time do it at cost. So we are not a profit-making entity, but at the same time we have to ensure that we sustain our services at cost. So one of the big ones was the slashing of $50 million from our balance sheet loss annually through the Catching.
Yes, after that
sports complex, which is in multi-purpose sports complex. And yesterday we had a press conference with the new lessee. Well, not the new lessee, but the lessee, because this is the first time anything like this has been done across Jamaica, which is a novel thing for us here in Montego Bay, which is to advance a public-private partnership venture of this nature, sports development, and it took the form of a lease to the Montego Bay Sports Development Company, and they unveil the plans that they have for the space, which I knew before, and they made a proposal, and that is why at the end of the bidding they were selected. But we know that they have the capacity and the ability to get it done. And it is a beautiful plan. You will see it shortly.
Well, definitely. We'd love to see the unveiling of it.
But it will be a truly multi-purpose sports complex. So we'll have Olympic-sized swimming pool because we have ambitions of hosting character games.
Sure, definitely.
So we will make sure that we have the home for that. We have hotels to host the tourists and visitors. We have the facility to execute the games. So football, track and field, the Olympic-sized swimming pool, pickleball, paddleball, mini go-kart track, outside gym, sports bar and lounge, where you can go and watch the games as well, and tennis, futsal.
Good. And it has to be that ideal facility that fosters and encourages the overall sportletic development of this Montego Bay and Western Jamaica.
Many more young lives will be saved.
Yes.
So this is also another push to sustain the gains that we have made with crimes. With managing crime. And we, as you note, we have moved from approximately 350 something murders back in 2017, 18, 19, coming back. It decreased a bit.
And it's therefore Granville is such an unfortunate thing that raises its head in the middle of all of this.
Well, at the same time,
the situation that takes place in Granville.
While you mentioned the word respect, and while we sustain these gains, or try as best as possible to sustain these gains, which I must say that moved from 350 something murders down to 58 last year, and we're trying to keep it below 58.
Absolutely.
So we are
it's important
as much as possible. So the respect now goes far away. Police must respect citizens. Citizens must respect police, and citizens must also respect the law. And if a police says stop, stop. Do I believe that the situation could be handled differently?
Where I see it, I think it is unfortunate that happened that way.
So perhaps it could have been. So we have had a situation at Municipal Corporation where motorists tried to hit one of the municipal police, and one of them, who has a licensed firearm, discharged into the tire, immobilized the vehicle, and they ended up at court. And the police was on the wrong even in that case. Yeah. But it is unfortunate because sometimes even a vehicle can be used as a weapon. But, as citizens, we need to respect the law. And if you are asked to stop, stop. If you are asked to step out of the vehicle, step out of the vehicle. If you want to give that command, go to training school and join police.
Yeah. But values and attitudes, respect for each other, respect for the law, respect for police. But police have got to maintain the integrity of a policeman. And that's part of the issue of some of the things that we're having there. But on the body camera, if we ask them, then use them. But man, I know it's not your portfolio, but I appreciate the time. It's always a pleasure to have you. It's always good. Thank you so much. There's so much we can chat about.
Some other matters.
Thank you.